So, how pushy do you get when you don't get what you want? Okay, Tom Cruise revealed at a British film festival that he wouldn't have starred in Rain Man if his sister hadn't forced him to introduce himself to Dustin Hoffman at a restaurant. So the question is, how pushy do you need to be to get what you want?
What do you think,
Andrea?
audience? Pushy, not pushy?
Pushy?
Okay.
Pushy?
All right, I think there's a fine line between pushy and obnoxious. And if you don't have a very high EQ, you'll get it wrong and it will backfire on you. That story about Tom Cruise and his sister is very cute, but I have a million stories of people who were too pushy and no one ever tells them to their face, but it is totally backfired, and there's so many doors that are now closed to them because of what they did. And I'll tell you something, this industry that we work in is very competitive, as we all know. And you know, people do a lot of crazy things to kind of push their way into a job. And there was one particular reporter who wanted a job, and she found out that the person doing the hiring was getting married. So she came up with an idea, because she was very pushy, that she was going to show up at his wedding reception with her demo tape and resume and present it to him while he was sitting at the head table. Now, in her mind, she thought that that was a great move. Like, I'm going to stand out. But for everybody else, it was like, what were you thinking? So again, fine line between pushy and obnoxious, and if you don't know,
a fine line.
you'll ruin your own reputation. You'll ruin your own reputation.
Obvious line.
She did the opposite. I think, I think for me that fine line is bringing value, right? If you can show the person that you bring value to them, so I'll give you an example. I didn't get into university. Yeah, so I didn't get into the university I wanted, and I was so confident and young, and I thought this university would accept me. It was TMU, formerly Ryerson, and it was the journalism program. I'd already been on TV, so I was like, they're gonna accept me, no problem.
Yeah.
So I, and such a lesson in humility, I didn't get in. I was number 12th on the waiting list, and my parents, if I didn't get in, like this was my only way to get to university. Can you imagine? So what I did was every single day, I took the subway to Yonge and Dundas, and I dropped off a new demo tape or a new letter from Hazel McCallion, bless her, letter of recommendation, or whatever I could get my hands on every single day that summer. And I was 12th, and I got in.
Oh my God.
And I ended up going to university.
You know what? Right? You just reminded me of very similar. You wore them down.
You wore them down, Farhan. Here you are.
She won't stop coming. We have to let her in.
I applied to teachers college, and I was shocked that I didn't get in. And you know what I did? Nothing. It takes a whole bunch of different personalities to make this world go around.
Look at you sitting side by side. It all worked out in the end.
Okay. You know what? I mean, listen, I hate to always do this, but it does make me think that there's a gender component to this, because in this story, it was the sister who was pushing Tom. Like, Tom, you're Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Go introduce yourself to Dustin Hoffman, right? And he was like, no, no, no. And usually you hear it's women that, we feel like we lack the confidence, or our self-assessment is like, you hear this story all the time. Women not applying for the job because we don't think we have 100% of the qualifications.
Right.
But a guy will apply when he has like 50% of the qualifications.
Not even 50.
No offense,
gentlemen.
No offense, but there is a confidence gap. And I was surprised to hear this, because to me, I was like, well, what does Tom Cruise have to lose? This is called networking. The old boys club works because they network like this all the time. Ladies, I think we need to get confident, and we need to get comfortable with being a little pushy. Otherwise, no one ain't giving you anything for free.
But stay out
Don't
of
go
the
to
wedding
weddings.
reception.
Yes. Just don't go to the wedding reception.
Receptions, please.
That is a definite lesson here.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.